The human protagonist, John, lived a tranquil life on the serene planet of Valtor, far from the bustling centers of galactic civilization. He enjoyed the simplicity of his existence, working as a farmer and reveling in the peace that enveloped his community. The quiet mornings, with the sun rising over lush fields, were a stark contrast to the chaos that was about to unfold. One night, the sky erupted with blinding lights and the deafening roar of engines. Alien forces descended without warning, their ships darkening the horizon. Panic spread through the village as these menacing beings stormed the settlement, capturing anyone in their path. John fought valiantly but was overpowered and subdued, his mind reeling with fear and confusion. Bound and gagged, he was thrown into a containment pod and transported to an unknown destination, the tranquility of his life shattered in an instant. John awoke to the harsh reality of his new surroundings. The containment pod opened, revealing the imposing structure of the gladiatorial arena. The arena was a colossal edifice, its architecture both alien and awe-inspiring, designed to both intimidate and contain. Massive stone walls loomed overhead, adorned with banners and insignias of various alien factions, each one more fearsome than the last. The arena thrived on violence and spectacle, its purpose clear: to demonstrate the superiority of alien warriors through brutal combat. As John was marched through the labyrinthine corridors, he encountered an array of alien species, each more bizarre and terrifying than the next. These were seasoned warriors, their bodies honed for combat, their eyes reflecting a predatory gleam. John's initial reaction was a mix of awe and dread. The realization of his grim fate settled in as he was herded into a holding cell, surrounded by other captives who shared his bewildered and fearful expressions. The enormity of his situation struck him hard. He was to fight for his life in a place where survival was uncertain, and death was a spectacle. From his cell, John could see the training grounds where the alien warriors prepared for combat. These beings were a formidable sight, their physicality superior and their movements precise and lethal. They trained with an intensity that left no doubt about their prowess. Muscles rippled under tough, alien skin as they sparred, each strike powerful and calculated. John observed the warriors, noting their various forms and fighting styles. Some were towering giants with immense strength, while others were agile and swift, their reflexes razor-sharp. The training sessions were brutal, often resulting in serious injury or death, but the warriors showed no mercy, their focus solely on becoming the ultimate combatants. The impossibility of his survival against such foes became glaringly apparent. John was a farmer, not a fighter, and the alien warriors were bred for battle. His heart pounded as he watched them, the odds of his survival seeming slimmer with each passing moment. Yet, beneath the fear, a flicker of determination began to ignite. He knew that to survive, he would need to rely on more than just brute strength. He would need to outthink and outmaneuver his opponents. The rules of the gladiatorial event were brutally simple: fight or die. The arena was divided into various zones, each designed to challenge the combatants in different ways. There were no weapons provided. Fighters had to use whatever they could find or fashion from their surroundings. The fights were to the death, and the last one standing was declared the victor. Key figures in the arena included the Overseer, a stern and calculating alien named Varnuk, who controlled the events with an iron fist. Varnuk was known for his ruthless enforcement of the rules and his delight in the suffering of the combatants. Notable warriors included Karzul, a massive brute known for his strength and brutality, and Lyra, a swift and cunning fighter who had never been defeated. The stakes were high. Victory meant a temporary reprieve from death, perhaps even a chance at freedom, while defeat meant certain death. The arena thrived on the bloodshed and the roar of the crowd, who came to see warriors pitted against each other in deadly combat. For John, the brutal nature of the combat, and the seemingly insurmountable odds became his new reality. He had to adapt quickly or perish in this savage world, where only the strongest and the smartest survived. John stood at the edge of the arena, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The gates opened, and he was thrust into the blinding light of the combat zone. Across from him, a massive alien warrior, towering and muscular, awaited. The warrior snarled, revealing rows of sharp teeth, and advanced with a menacing confidence. John's mind raced. He knew he couldn't match the alien in brute strength. As the warrior lunged, John dodged swiftly, his agility proving to be his greatest asset. He rolled to the side, grabbing a loose piece of metal from the ground, and used it to deflect a crushing blow. The crowd gasped at his quick reflexes. The battle became a dance of life and death. John used his smaller size and speed to stay out of the warrior's reach, striking strategically whenever he saw an opening. With a final burst of desperate energy, he managed to trip the alien, sending it crashing to the ground. Seizing the moment, he drove the piece of metal into a vital spot, ending the fight. The arena fell silent for a moment, then erupted in shocked applause. The spectators, who had expected a swift and brutal end for the human, were stunned by his victory. John stood panting, his body aching but his spirit unbroken. He had survived his first battle, and with it came a spark of hope. In the days that followed, John analyzed every fight with meticulous care. He watched his opponents, learning their strengths and weaknesses. Each battle became a lesson, each opponent a teacher. He adapted his strategies, using his agility and quick thinking to outmaneuver those who relied solely on brute force. His confidence grew with each victory. He began to anticipate his opponent's moves, turning their strengths into weaknesses. His resourcefulness became his greatest weapon. He fashioned tools and traps from the arena's environment, surprising his foes with his ingenuity. The alien audience's reactions evolved from disbelief to admiration. They marveled at the human's ability to survive against the odds, cheering louder with each triumph. John's unexpected victories began to earn him a reputation, not just as a survivor, but as a cunning and formidable warrior in his own right. As John continued to fight and win, he gained the attention and support of other captives. These captives, from various worlds and species, began to see him as a beacon of hope. They shared their own insights and experiences, helping him to better understand the different alien warriors he faced. Among the captives, John found allies. They formed a bond of camaraderie, united by their shared struggle for survival. They helped him prepare for each battle, offering advice and encouragement. This growing network of support bolstered his determination and sharpened his strategies. The captives' encouragement fueled John's resolve. He realized that his victories were not just for his own survival, but also for theirs. Each win inspired them, each act of defiance against their captors strengthened their collective spirit. Together, they began to believe that they could overcome the seemingly insurmountable odds. John's string of victories did not go unnoticed. His popularity among the spectators soared. They came in larger numbers, eager to see the human who defied the expectations and shocked everyone with his skill and tenacity. His name was chanted through the arena, a testament to his growing legend. The alien overseers watched with mixed feelings. While they appreciated the increased attendance and excitement John brought to the arena, they were also wary of his continued success. His ability to inspire the captives and gain the audience's favor posed a potential threat to their control. John's victories began to have larger implications. His success challenged the perceived superiority of the alien warriors and hinted at the possibility of a broader resistance. The overseers knew they had to keep a close eye on him, as his rising influence could disrupt the carefully maintained order of their gladiatorial system. One night, after a particularly grueling battle, John stumbled upon a hidden chamber in the arena's lower levels while searching for water. There, he found a terminal with encrypted communications. His curiosity piqued, he used his limited technical skills to access the files. To his shock, he discovered detailed plans and correspondences revealing that the gladiatorial event was not merely for entertainment. Instead, it served as a covert operation by a powerful alien faction to identify and eliminate potential threats to their dominance across the galaxy. The files detailed how the overseers used the arena to assess and catalog the strengths and weaknesses of various species, targeting those who could pose a future threat. John realized the broader stakes involved. His battles were part of a larger scheme to maintain a tyrannical grip on the galaxy. His victories had inadvertently marked him as a significant threat. This revelation shifted his perspective from mere survival to a mission of greater importance. He needed to not only survive but also expose and dismantle this sinister operation. With this newfound knowledge, John began to strategize. He knew he couldn't take down the entire operation alone. He decided to use his fights not just to survive, but to gather information and allies. Each battle became a dual-purpose mission: defeat his opponent and covertly communicate with other captives. He devised a system of signals and covert messages, using the arena's chaotic environment to his advantage. John started to identify captives who showed potential for resistance. Between battles, he shared his findings and plans discreetly, building a network of informed and motivated allies. He emphasized the importance of unity and strategy, understanding that each small act of defiance contributed to a larger rebellion. The captives began to communicate using subtle gestures and hidden codes, gradually forming a covert alliance. As John rallied the captives, he saw a growing determination and hope in their eyes. They had been broken and oppressed, but now they had a cause and a leader. John's charisma and strategic mind inspired them to believe in the possibility of liberation. They began to prepare for a coordinated rebellion against the alien faction, each captive contributing their unique skills and knowledge to the cause. Preparations were meticulous. They gathered and fashioned makeshift weapons, mapped out the arena's layout, and identified key targets and vulnerabilities. John's leadership was crucial, guiding them through each step with clear instructions and unwavering resolve. The captives, a diverse group from various species, united under a common goal. Their unity and determination grew stronger with each passing day, solidifying their resolve to overthrow their captors. John's efforts to build trust and respect among the captives were essential to the rebellion's success. He demonstrated his commitment through actions, always putting the group's needs above his own. Key moments of trust building included saving fellow captives during battles, sharing limited resources, and consistently being transparent about his plans and intentions. His integrity and bravery earned him the loyalty of the captives and even garnered the respect of some sympathetic aliens within the arena's staff. These aliens, disillusioned by the cruelty of the overseers, began to offer covert assistance, providing crucial information and occasionally turning a blind eye to the captives' activities. With trust firmly established, John and his allies were ready to face the final confrontation. The stage was set for a decisive battle, where the captives' unity and determination would be tested against the might of their oppressors. The coming conflict would determine not just their freedom, but the future of many oppressed beings across the galaxy. The final battle in the arena was the most challenging John had ever faced. The arena was packed, the atmosphere electric with anticipation. John stood in the center, his senses heightened, his mind focused. Across from him was Karzul, the undefeated alien champion, towering and bristling with lethal intent. The crowd roared as the two combatants sized each other up. John had meticulously prepared for this moment. Every battle, every tactic he had learned, led to this showdown. As the fight commenced, Karzul charged with a ferocity that shook the ground. John dodged and weaved, using his agility to avoid the brute force of his opponent. He struck strategically, targeting Karzul's weak points, using the environment to his advantage. The battle was a display of skill and strategy. John anticipated Karzul's moves, countering with precision and speed. The turning point came when John managed to disarm Karzul, using a piece of shattered arena debris to trip the massive warrior. In that moment of vulnerability, John signaled the rebellion to begin. As Karzul fell, John's signal triggered the coordinated uprising. The captives, armed with makeshift weapons and fueled by newfound hope, surged into action. The arena erupted into chaos as captives fought their way through the alien guards. Scenes of intense combat and sabotage unfolded as the captives executed their well-laid plans. John led the charge, his leadership and bravery inspiring those around him. He coordinated attacks, guided groups to strategic positions, and personally engaged in the fiercest battles. The once oppressed captives fought with a ferocity born of desperation and determination, their unity giving them strength. Every strike, every act of defiance, was a step closer to liberation. The arena, once a symbol of their captivity, became the battleground for their freedom. The alien overseers, caught off guard by the rebellion's intensity and coordination, struggled to regain control. John's role as a leader and tactician was crucial, his actions pivotal in maintaining the momentum of the uprising. The alien overseers, led by Varnak, scrambled to contain the rebellion, but the coordinated efforts of the captives proved overwhelming. John and his allies targeted key control points within the arena, disabling security systems and freeing more captives. The once formidable overseers found themselves outmatched by the sheer determination and unity of the uprising. As the chaos spread, John and a group of trusted allies confronted Varnak in the command center. The battle was fierce, but the captives' determination prevailed. Varnak, symbol of the oppressive regime, fell, marking the collapse of the alien overseers' control. The captives seized control of the arena, liberating those who had been held in captivity for so long. The oppressive regime that had ruled with fear and brutality crumbled in the face of their united resistance. John and his allies stood victorious, the arena now a symbol of their hard-won freedom. In the immediate aftermath, the captives gathered to celebrate their victory. The air was filled with a mix of relief, joy, and a somber remembrance of those who had fallen. John, exhausted but triumphant, took a moment to reflect on the journey that had brought them to this point. He thought of the battles fought, the allies gained, and the unwavering determination that had led to their liberation. Gratitude and respect poured in from the freed captives. They hailed John not only as a warrior but as a leader who had inspired them to believe in their own strength and resilience. The arena, once a place of despair, echoed with their voices of hope and unity. John's journey was a testament to the unexpected power of one determined individual. His actions had sparked a rebellion, leading to a profound change in the lives of many. As the captives began to rebuild and look towards a future of freedom, John's story stood as a powerful message of resilience, unity, and the indomitable human spirit.